Hello, it's Bishop Brenda. We're entering into a new season of the church year. We are at Christ the King Sunday, which is the last Sunday of the church year. We have Thanksgiving next weekend, and then we move, God help us, into Advent. It's a time of transition and change, and I wanted to speak just very briefly about Thanksgiving. I'm not going to have anything new to say about being grateful. We understand that gratitude matters. It's a good part of relationship, of any relationship. And so it's good to spend time at Thanksgiving thanking God, thanking other people for the blessings that we have. But we know it's good for our brains. We know our body actually responds well with good chemicals when we're able to be mindful and thankful. Okay. But I think one of the things that is most important about Thanksgiving, especially in times like these that have been difficult with loss and grief and confusion, I think it's important at Thanksgiving to marvel at where God's presence has been throughout. Now, the holidays are always a time of depression and sadness for a lot of people. There's anxiety with family members or expectations lost or realizing, of course, that loved ones aren't with us. And this is, I think, where God really shines. Not because God brings this superficial joy, but that God is with us in our sorrow. And so this Thanksgiving, the second one in a pandemic, this Thanksgiving, after there's been so many things that we've had to give up, I invite you to think about where you have seen God, even in the pain, even in the confusion, where there was beauty, where there was connection, where there was hope in places there should be no hope. This is very individual, and I understand that. But I think that sometimes God comes to us in the most tiny things, in the things that we can barely talk about. And I invite you to find those. But I also want you to think about Thanksgiving in community. The ways that God has been with you when you're with a lot of people, whether that's in your online church services, whether that's in your family and however you've connected, whether that's in an office setting that has been surprisingly vibrant even in this new way of working. How has God blessed the people, the nation? So many of the Psalms that we read talk about God blessing the nation. And I don't mean that just as the United States of America, although of course we could argue that God has blessed our nation in many ways. But what does nation mean to you? Does it mean a group of believers? Does it mean a sports team fan club? What does it mean? Sports team fan club. It's like I don't even know what I'm talking about with sports. I have some idea. Anyway, but where do you find community, nation, group? And how do you see God moving in that bunch of people? For some of us, the groups that we identify with are always oppressed, and yet God is there. For some of us, the groups we identify are the majority, are the powerful. And where is God there? This Thanksgiving, I invite you to think about God, not just the things that God does, but how God acts, and find gratitude there. May God bless you this Thanksgiving, this Advent, and into the new year.